summarize what we saw so far so we don't have to keep repeating the same work over and over again if we can remember this. So here's a kind of table like we made. So we have the range at the top. So this is kind of switching the rows and columns from the way I wrote it, but same information. So 1 through 9, we have 9 pages and a total of 9 digits because those are all 1-digit numbers. From 10 to 99, we've seen several times now, that's 90 pages. Each one has 2 digits, so 90 times 2 is 180. All right, and then if we had a book that was more than 1,000 pages, and so when if you guys go to law school or something one day, you're going to see some really thick books. So when I was in graduate school, I went to the coffee shop, and my building, physics and math and astronomy, was right next to the School of Law, and I saw the law students there. The only people with thicker books than physics was the law people, and they had some really thick books. So 10 to 999, that is a total of 900 pages, right? We can see that by subtracting 99 from each of those. So we start counting from 1. So we go from 1 to 900. So that's 900 pages. And then each of those has 3 digits. 9 times 3 is 27. So 3 times 900 is 2,700. Okay, so we won't have to recalculate these again today, but so we'll remember these, and I can pull them up. You don't have to memorize them. All right, so what we learned above is to find digits with given page numbers. So conversely, if you are told how many digits are used to print a book, can we figure out how many pages there are in the book? So we want to sort of do the opposite thing we just did. Let's try it. So a book is printed with 59 digits total on the page numbers. How many pages are there in the book? So we want to try to work in reverse here. So let's start by breaking them up again. We know 59 digits is going to be broken up to 1-digit numbers and 2-digit numbers, right? So the first 9 digits are from 1-digit numbers. Okay, 9 times 1 plus, okay, some number, I'll say n for number, of 2-digit pages. Right? So this gives us an equation we can try to solve. 59 equals 9 plus 2 times n. All right, so 2 times n. So we want to figure out n, the number of pages, the number of 2-digit pages. So let me make that clear. Number of 2-digit pages. All right. So to solve for this, I think we've done this many times. So one way I like to do it is with a little flow chart. So you can do it by working backwards. So for those of you who took the trial class, you will recognize this. So we start with n. I'm going to draw a little arrow to represent multiplying by 2. Okay, that gives me some other number. And then in the next step, I'm supposed to add 9, and that gives me 59. So remember how working backwards works. I'm going to start at the end, and I'm going to do the opposite of each step. So what is the opposite of adding 9? Somebody tell me in the chat. Oops, I opened and closed it. There we go. Opposite of adding 9. Yep, minus 9, and that gives me 50. And then the opposite of multiplication is division. And division by 2 means half. So what's half of 50? 25, exactly. So that means that there are 25 2-digit pages. Okay, so then we can go up here because I'm out of room. So the total number of pages is the number of 1-digit pages plus the number of 2-digit pages. All right, so that there are 9 1-digit pages plus 25 2-digit pages we just saw. So this gives us a total of 34 pages. All right, so I'm going to give everyone a moment to look at that. And then if you have a question, let's see, I see a hand up. All right, Morgan, do you have a question?
So where does the 9 come from?
So we have 59 digits all together, and the first 9 pages have only one digit. So this is the number of one-digit pages. So if we had a 9-page book, there would only be 9 digits in total. So since our book has more than 9 digits, we know there's going to be some number of 2-digit pages as well. But the first number of digits is from the 1-digit pages. So the first 9 pages have 9 digits. So that's where the 9 comes from. All right, does that help, Morgan?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. Great question. All right, I'm sure many others were wondering the same thing. All right, so we broke this up again, just like we did before with that table. Some number of 1-digit pages, some number of 2-digit pages. And we know the 2-digit pages alone give us 180 digits. So there's only 59, so we know there's no 3-digit pages or anything. All right, other questions? Let me unmute the chat as well, and you guys can just raise your hand. I know this is maybe a little bit harder than the first part of class because we're going backwards. All right, so, hey, Bae, do you have a question? I saw your hand. I know it's easy to hit that button by accident. I think there is a question.
I have
Yes,
a
what is the
question.
question? Yes.
Where does the 25 come from?
Okay, so I want to break up the 59 digits into the digits coming from the 1-digit pages and the digits coming from the 2-digit pages. So I know how many 1-digit pages there are. There have to be 9. Okay, so I'm not sure how many 2-digit pages I have. So I just for the moment made a variable. I called it n. So n stands for number. So number of 2-digit pages. Okay, and so this 9 times 1 is of course 9, and then n times 2 I can write as 2n. And this is the equation I need to solve. So I take the number of 2-digit pages, multiply by 2, and add 9, and I know that gives me 59. So for those who don't have a lot of experience solving equations, I like this little flow chart because it's easy. But maybe you've seen something like this before, 9 plus 2n. You try to get n by itself. So you subtract 9 from both sides. So 59 minus 9 is 50. And then 9 minus 9 is 0. So that just leaves me with 2n. And I don't want 2n. I just want n. So I divide both sides by 2. And then 50 divided by 2 is 25. And you'll see that's exactly the same steps I did over here with this diagram, but the diagram just makes it a little bit more visual for those who maybe haven't seen that before. So we learned there are 25 2-digit pages, and we still had the 9 1-digit pages. So we got to put those together, and that gives us a total of 34. So yeah, kind of as you said, finding that the number of 2-digit pages was the hard part here. All right, that was a great question. I hope that helped, and if it didn't entirely help, we're going to get more practice, so I think it will get better. All right, let's go ahead and try that now. But thank you guys for your questions. Whenever you have a question, I guarantee you that like 5 or 6 other people, maybe more, have exactly the same question. So you're just helping everybody when you ask. All right, so let's try this, and I can help you guys with the steps. So there are a total of 31 digits in some book, right? So the book has a total of 31 digits. We want to figure out the number of pages. So I'll give you guys a minute to think about setting this up the way we just did, and then I can help you break it down. All right, here we go. So in the first half of class, we saw the number of pages, and we calculated the number of digits. Now we're doing the opposite. We know the number of digits, but we need to figure out how many pages would it take to give us those digits. And it's going to be some combination of 1-digit pages and 2-digit pages. So the first thing to see is we have more than 9 digits, so there's going to be some number of 2-digit pages. All right, so it's been about a minute, I think. Let me open the chat without sharing answers. Let me know if you need a hint, or if you have some specific question, you can type that. All right, hint for this one. We're going to set it up. Okay, so the total number of digits is equal to the number from the 1-digit pages plus the number of digits from the 2-digit pages. So from the problem, it tells us the total number of digits. So what is the total number of digits? Anyone can answer in the chat. So for those of you asking questions, what is the total number of digits in this book? That's actually given in the problem. You can look up there. All right, 31, very good. So there are 31 total digits in the book. So don't worry about the timer, we can have more time. Let me put up another minute and a half. All right, so there's 31 total digits. Now, next question, we've done this several times now. If I count up all the digits on the 1-digit pages, how many digits does that give me? How many digits are there coming from the 1-digit pages? So if I add up all the digits in the 1-digit pages, how many total digits is that? 9, very good. So there's 9 1-digit pages. They all have 1 digit. That gives us 9. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to call the number of 2-digit pages in, and then there are 2 from each of those. So we have twice the number of 1-digit pages. All right, Jeffrey, question about the 9? Right, pages 1 through 9 are the 1-digit pages. So there's 9 of those. That gives us 9 digits. Okay, that's where the 9 comes from. Okay, I don't know how many 2-digit pages I have, but there's 2 digits from each of those. So for those of you who liked the diagram, so if you know how to solve that equation, you can do it. Go ahead and do it whatever your favorite way is. But for those of you who like the diagram, so remember, here's the diagram. So you start with n, that's what you want to solve for. Multiply by 2. Multiply by 2, that gives you some number. And then we're going to add 9, and that gives you 31. So to work backwards, you start at the end, do the opposite of each of these steps, opposite. Okay, I'll give you guys a moment. Going to move some of this around a little bit. All right, if you're finished already, thanks for your patience. All right, so let me know in the chat, how many 2-digit pages? What is n? How many 2-digit pages were there? All right, very good. So step 1, you want to subtract 9. That gives us 22. And then we divide by 2, and that gives us 11. All right, so n is equal to 11. So now we got to go back to this equation, right? So n is 11. But what we want to know is the total number of pages. Total number of pages. So this was an equation for the total number of digits. We want total number of pages now. So this is just equal to the number of 1-digit pages plus the number of 2-digit pages. So if you said 11, that's the number of 2-digit pages only. You have to add the number of 1-digit pages. We want how many pages in the book, all the pages. So it's not 11, that's just the number of 2-digit pages. So add those to the 1-digit pages and then you're done. Okay, give you guys 30 seconds to do that. Total number of pages. So we found 9 one-digit pages to 11 two-digit pages. Okay, so 9 of these, 11 of those. So I think you guys can add those together. Tell me the total number of pages. All right, 10 more seconds in my head. I think some are still changing. All right, if you said 9, right, we already said only looking at the two-digit pages, there's 11. 9 is just the number of one-digit pages. We want all the pages. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, so for this one, 9 plus 11 gives us a total of 20 pages. All right, let's review. I know this one was a lot of steps. So the total, we've got two equations going on here. We want to look at the total number of digits, and we want to look at the total number of pages, right? Not quite the same thing. So for the total number of digits, we're told there's 31 digits through the whole book. We look at the number of digits from the one-digit pages, that's 9, and the number of digits from the two-digit pages. Okay, I don't know how many, that's going to take some work, but each one gives us 2, so it's going to be twice the number of two-digit pages. This equation we can solve by working backwards like this, or your favorite method of solving that, getting n by itself. However you know how to solve that, keep doing it. Right? We find there are 11 two-digit pages. So now we can go up here and calculate the total number of pages. It's a total of one-digit pages plus the total of two-digit pages. So there are the first 9 pages have only one digit, and we just learned down here through this calculation that there are 11 two-digit pages. So this gives us a total of 20 pages altogether. All right, any other questions on that? Happy to answer. Just raise your hand. Type a question mark either way. If you can type really fast, you can type your question. All right, great. Okay, glad that helped. So let's go to our next example then. Ooh, sunglasses. I like that confidence. All right. So one more problem like that. There are a total of 198 digits used in printing the page numbers of a book. So the book has a total of 198 digits. How many pages would give you 198 digits? So let me ask you a question first. Do you guys think there are any 3-digit pages in this book? So that is, do you think there's greater than 100 pages? Or I guess greater than 99 pages? All right, so you can tell me in the selector yes or no, and then you can think about how you know. So in the last two, I only used 1-digit numbers and 2-digit numbers, right? So there's more digits now, 198, but is there enough that would be more than 99 pages? Give you guys some time to think about that, but not long, so 40 seconds. Are there more than 99 pages? So do we have any pages with 3-digit numbers? All right, 20 seconds left. Try to form an opinion. And basically, this is the number you need to try to figure that out. So if that number is big enough, then you're going to have some 3-digit pages. And in fact, this was in that table that or you can use that table that we did already. All right, let me have someone raise their hand, and not sure if this is a question or someone wants to share. All right. Morgan, do you want to share, or is this a question?
Question.
Okay, questions are good too. Go ahead.
What is Y and N?
Yes or no. Sorry. So we're trying to decide if we should include 3-digit pages. All right, so sorry if that wasn't clear. All right, thank you for asking that as well. All right, so I'm going to wait a few more seconds. All right, we want to know, are there any 3-digit pages? Yes or no? By the way, if you're like updating your computer software or something, it might tell you y/n. So it also means yes or no if you want to proceed. Or you can hire some computer nerd to do it for you. If you're really messing with something in your operating system that might delete stuff, you might want to pay someone who knows what they're doing, or at least let your parents do it for you. But some of you kids are pretty tech savvy there. All right, so I want somebody to volunteer. So somebody who's really confident in their answer, tell me why you think your answer is right. If you just guessed, then maybe not this time. Right? Anybody super confident? All right, I like confidence. All right, so Alice, did you say yes or no, and why? Yes, I agree with you. So how do we know there's going to be 3-digit pages? So let's think about how many pages would be used from 1 through 99. So going back from the beginning of class, so the range from 1 through 9, and then 10 through 99. So Alice, how many pages from 1 through 9? 9, okay, very good. And from 10 to 99, we saw there was 90. So then we can count the number of digits. Okay, and this one is 9 times 1, so that's 9. How many digits were there in total on those 90 pages? 198. Yeah, so 90 times 2 is 180, and then you add those together. And so this would give us a total of 189 digits. So there are 189 digits from page 1 through 99. And since 198 is bigger than 189, we know we're going to have a few 3-digit pages. All right, good job, Alice, thinking that through. Yes, so there will be 3-digit pages this time. All right, so for any time the number is greater than 9, you're going to have 2-digit pages. Anytime the number is greater than 189, that's the number of digits from 1 to 99. That means you're going to have some 3-digit pages. All right, and basically now it's very easy. The difference is due to 3-digit pages. Okay, and that difference is 9. So let's see, who can tell me? The 3-digit pages gives us a total of 9 digits. So how many 3-digit pages are there? You can tell me in the chat. It's just a number. Amy says 3, right? All right, very good. Let me slow that down. Let me just get rid of all of this. All right, so just like before, I'll say, I'm going to abbreviate some of this. The total number of digits equals to the number of 1-digits pages, 1-digits numbers plus the number of 2 digits. All right, so there's 198 digits. So there's 9 digits coming from the 1-digit numbers. And we just saw there's 180 coming from the 2-digit numbers. And then we have some contribution from the 3-digit numbers. So plus 3 times n, the number of 3-digit numbers this time. Number of 3-digit numbers. All right, and so 180 plus 9 is 189. Okay, and again, we can do this by working backwards or just getting n by itself. So 9, which is 198 minus 189, that is equal to 3 times n. Okay, so 3 times what is 9? 3 times 3 is 9, so that tells us that n is 3. So 3-digit pages. All right, so final question. How many pages are in the book? We know there are 3-digit pages. I'll take questions in just a second. Let me open it up. How many total pages are in the book? We have 3-digit pages. I will answer questions. Let's see if someone can find the answer. How many total pages in the book? 102, very good, right? If there's 3-digit pages, you got 100, 101, and 102. right? So there's 102 pages. All right, so let's, yeah, very good. So let's try to review quickly what we just did. Let's see, let me go ahead and, okay, so hold on one sec. Let me try to just say it all again quickly, and then I can answer questions if there still are questions. All right, so the total number of digits is the total number of digits coming from the one-digit pages, which are 9. There's 9 of those. They all give 1 digit. And the total number of digits coming from the two-digit pages, right? So from 10 to 99, that's 180 total digits. And then depending on how many three-digit pages we have, we get some more digits, right? So however many pages there are, each one has 3 digits, so 3 times n. Okay, so this equation here, we need to solve. We can do it by working backwards, just like we did before. And we find that there are 3 three-digit pages. So if there are 3 three-digit pages, the smallest three-digit page is 100, and then 101, and then 102. That's it. So 102 pages. All right, let me answer questions. All right, yes, Morgan.
So where did 180 come from?
Okay, so from pages 10 through 99.
Is it like 9 times 20?
It's actually 90 times 2. And the reason is from, I'm just going to mute for a second because of the echo. From 10 to 99, remember you can subtract 9 from each of those. So that's the same as 1 through 90. So there are 90 pages from 10 to 99. Now each of those are two-digit numbers. So you have 90 times 2. 180 digits coming from the two-digit pages from 10 to 99, right? That's where the 180 comes from. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, oh, you got it. Okay, great. All right, wonderful. Okay, excellent. So yeah, I did that kind of fast because we had a table some time ago. I don't expect you guys to memorize this yet, but you might want to keep the summary when you do your homework, right? So from pages 10 through 99, there's 180 digits. From 1 through 9, there is 9. And if you're reading some insanely long book, like maybe a religious text or something, 2,700 from 100 through 999. All right. Okay, so I know that was a long one. So we just did 198. This one has a book with a total of 192 digits. So remember what we saw. So if the book has more, so if more than 189 digits, or maybe I'll just say it this way. Let me back up over that. Okay, pages 1 through 99 has a total of 189 digits. No need to keep calculating that over and over again, right? We saw from the table that that's once and for all. So we have 192 digits in some book. So how many pages are there in total? So this one should be quite easy once you know that sentence above. So no need to start all the way from the beginning. You already know that from pages 1 through 99, there is a total of 189 digits. So this book has 192 digits. It's slightly higher. So it must have some number of three-digit pages, and you can figure out the total number of pages. Right? So if the book had 99 pages, it would have 189 digits. This one has 192. All right, I'm gonna give a little bit more time, but let me emphasize again, you do not need to do a lot of work here. You already know that the first 99 pages gives you 189 digits. This book has in total 192 digits, right? That's just a little bit more. Think about how many more. And so how many more pages would it take to give you those extra digits? So for those of you saying 99, right? It can't be 99. 99 would have 189 digits. There are more than that, right? Can't be 99. How about this? 192 minus 189 is 3, right? 3 digits more in this book than a 99-page book. Think about how many extra pages it would take to give you those 3 digits. Last 30 seconds. All right, if you're finished already and you're very confident, please raise your hand. All right, so let me call on someone. Okay, Jatco. So how many total pages are there?
I said 130. I mean 103.
103, okay. Why 103? So if we
I
have
was a bit
90,
confused. So like
okay.
I was
let's just
so
make a
like
table.
99 and
Yeah, let's okay, number of digits. Okay, if we had 99 pages, we would have 189 digits. What if we had 100 pages? How many digits would that be? So we're adding one more page, and that page has the number 100. So how many digits is that?
that's 3 digits.
3 digits, right? So you just add 3 more to 189, and what does that give you?
189. Then it gives you 192.
192. Ah, this said 192. All right, so would you like to go with 103 or change that?
I'll change it.
Ah, good idea. Yes. So we see that 100 pages would give us 192. Just 3 more, right, from that last page with the 100. All right. Good job working that out. Okay. I do need to speed up a little bit. We're going to get some more practice doing stuff like this, I think. So want to make sure you guys see all the problems you need to do the homework. We only have about 10 minutes left. Let's see. So page numbers are given that we can find the number of pages, estimate the ranges. So if you see greater than 9 pages, there's going to be some 2-digit pages. And if you see greater than 189 digits, that means you're going to have some 3-digit pages. If you saw greater than 2,700 plus 189, so that would mean some number of 3. We haven't gone that high yet, but you could figure out similar things. All right, let's keep going though. In a page number problem, we can also try to find out how many times a digit appears. For example, suppose a book has 21 pages. How many times does the digit 1 appear in the numbers in this book? All right, so now this is a totally different sort of problem. We're counting how many times a particular digit appears. Remember that it can appear in the ones place, or the tens place, or the hundreds place, and so on. So we'd have to count the number for each place. So here's an example. A book has 21 pages. How many times does the digit 1 appear in the number of pages in this book? So 21 is a 2-digit number. So 1 either will appear in the ones digit or in the tens place. So to illustrate, maybe let's just write these out. If you have a lot of numbers, writing them all out is really not going to make sense, but let's just count the number of times 1 appears. So in the ones place or units place, okay, so from 1 through 10, it appears once. From 11 to 20, it appears once, right? Right here and right here. And then from 21, it appears once. So it appears 3 times in the ones place or the units place. All right, and then for the tens place, okay, we see for all of those digits, not 20, 11 through 19, 1 appears in the tens place. So how many numbers are there from 11 to 19? Tell me in the chat. Hopefully you haven't forgotten. 11 to 19. Okay, very good. 9. Just subtract 10 from each of these. That gives you 1 through 9. All right, very good. So we have 9 more appearances of 1. And that's it, because we're only dealing with 21 pages. We have no 3-digit numbers. So if we add those together, that gives us a total of 12 times that the 1 has appeared. Did I do that wrong? Let's see. I forgot about the 10, I think. Oops, this was on the wrong line. It would have been better to write right here. So if you're raising your hand to tell me that, you are correct. All right, so it would have been better to put all the 2-digit numbers together. All right, so it appears in the ones place once. Oh, sorry, no, 3 times. And I'm gonna write 10 in the next line. I'm gonna write 20 in the next line too. So 20 and 21. Sorry about that. That didn't really get lined up well. All right, so 3 times in the ones place, here, here, and here. And then in the tens place, we have those 10 digits. So it's really from 10 to 19. So I'd subtract 9 from each. So that would be 10 numbers. 10 plus 3 is 13. All right, sorry about that. Jack, I'm not sure how to help you with your window thing, but if you're still in class in, maybe that doesn't matter. All right, so let's try this for another one. Okay, had some animation there. All right, so a book has 12 pages. How many times does the digit 2 appear in the page numbers? So remember, you need to count how many times it appears in the units place or ones place and how many times in the tens place. So you might want to, I think I have these listed out for you. I don't. Okay, you might want to list them. And let's do this better than we had before. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10, 11, 12. How many times does the digit 2 appear? So it's very simple. You just basically count here. But really you want to think about how many times in the units place, how many times in the tens place. Because if you have a lot of numbers, you're probably not going to list them all. Again, we're going to speed up just a little bit. So just quick 40 seconds on this. I mean, maybe a preschooler could do this one. At this point, it's just counting. Right? So you're just looking at this list. How many twos do you see in that list? All right, so hey, Bay, Jetco, careful guys. We're counting the number of twos. How many twos are there in that list? All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There's 1 right here and 1 right there, right? So there's 2 twos in the units place, and this doesn't get up to 20, right? So there's none in the tens place. So there's just 2. That's it. Or you could do it the old-fashioned way and just look at this list and count all the twos. You just read from left to right. I see a 2 and another 2. All right, that's it. So let's try some bigger numbers now where we probably aren't going to be able to list them all. A book has a total of 90 pages. How many times does the digit 2 appear in those digits, in those page numbers? All right, so let's again think about listing them without actually doing it. So we've got from 1 to 9. Okay, then we're going to go from 10 up to 19, 20 up to 29, and so on up to 80 to 89, and then we would end with 90. We're counting the number of times the digit 2 appears. So let's think about the number of times it appears in the units place. All right, so let me open the chat. In this list, in that row there, how many times does 2 appear in the units place? Just 1, right? It's the numbers 1 through 9. So 2 appears there once. All right. So once. How about in this list? How many times does it appear in the units place? Also once, right? So in fact, for each of these, how about this one? Maybe it's a tricky one. How many times does 2 appear in the units place? 1, right? In the units place. We're not talking about the tens place yet, just the units place. All right, very good. So we're going to split up to units place and tens place. All right, so also 1. So for each of these, from 1 through 89, right, so for each row, it's going to appear in the units place. So how many total 2s appear in the units place only if we total all of those up? How many appear in the units place? Very close. So how many rows? 1, 2, 3, up through 80. So yes, that is 9. Sorry about that. Amy was right. Okay, so this is the first, second, third row, right? So this would be the 9th row. Okay, the row number is 1 bigger than this. All right, so there's 9 in the units place. All right, now we're doing, let's see, can I back over that? Good. How about in the tens place? So there's only 1 row I need to look at. Right here. So how many numbers are there from 20 to 29? All right, very good, 10. Subtract 19 from each of those, then you're counting from 1 up to 10. So it appears 10 times in the tens place. And then in the last row, 90 has no 2, so that doesn't do anything. So if we add these together, we get 19. All right, so that's what we can do when there's too many numbers to write. I'm not writing out 90 numbers. That's going to take forever. Okay, so what you do is you list them by row from 1 up to 9, 10 to 19, 20 to 29, and so on. Count the units, the times they appear in the units place, and then count the times they appear in the tens place, if any. So that would be that row. All right, so let's try this one more time. I got some animation there. That's what we just did, but there are all 19. All right, so a book has a total of 80 pages this time. How many times does the digit 3 appear? All right, there we go. This will be the last problem today because we're almost out of time. And do I have... There you go. I will even list them for you. So there's all 80. So remember, you can count how many times that 3 appears in the units place and then move to the tens place. There's only a 2-digit number, so you're never going to get one in the hundreds place because there are no 3-digit numbers. All right, 25 seconds left. So you're just counting all the 3s, but remember to do it systematically. So in the ones place, right, each row is going to give you 1. So how many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then last step, how many times does 3 appear in the tens place? You got to look at this row. Not the last number there. All right, just waiting on 2 more. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. We just got to figure out how many numbers there are from 31 to 39. All right, so somebody tell me in the chat quickly, how many numbers from 31 to 39? Oh, crap, we got to do 30. All right, sorry, there's one more. Sorry, from 30 to 39. Darn it, I didn't animate this. I would have done it differently. 10, thank you, minus 29. All right, so 1, 2, 10. So there it appears 10 times, 30 through 39. All right, and if you add those together, that gives you 18. So if you said 18, you are correct. All right, so we are at the end. I know you guys have things to do, and I've got some dinner to get to before my next class. All right, let's review some of this. So for pages 1 through 9, there's 9 pages and 9 digits. For 10 through 99, 90 pages, 2 digits on each one, so 180. For 100 through 999, 900 pages, each one has 3. 3 times 9 is 27, so 2700. We didn't get anything that big, but you could keep going. And we saw 2 types of problems. So given the number of pages, how many digits? And then we saw, given the number of digits, how many pages, right? So that is just going in reverse, and we saw you can write an equation and solve for that. And then at the end, we counted the number of times a digit appears on all of the pages. And so I don't like the way it was animated. I think you should start from 0 and go all the way up to 9. So in the sense that 1 through 9, 10 through 19, right? 20 through 29. So if you want to know how many times the digit 2 appears in the tens place, it's just this row, right? So you don't leave off one of these on another row like happened earlier. All right, so thank you guys very much for coming. Any last minute questions on anything we did? I can maybe take one question if anyone has a question. Also, the teaching assistant will be available for a little while.